Now we will solve question number 8. Question number 8 you can see in your book. It is on page number 189. Following data gives the number of children in 40 families. Now they are asking you to represent it in the form of a frequency distribution. For the frequency distribution, we have to prepare a table. We have to prepare a tabular form like this. In 1 we will be writing, they are the number of children. So 1 we will be writing number of children. Then also we have to prepare a table. We have to prepare a column for frequency and the other one is for tally marks. So let's say second column we are taking for frequency, okay, and the third column we are taking is for tally marks. I hope you all have learned this also, but let's see once we revise it. Now since there are 40 numbers given, so just to save the time I have already written number of children. Now if you see in some of the families there are no children, the value is given 0. So number of children 0. How many times 0 is occurring? 4 times. That means there are 4 families which have no children. Then number of children 1. How many families are having 1 child? 7. Then 2. How many families are having 2 children? 12 families. Then 3 is 5. 5 families are having 5 families, or 5 times 3 is occurring. Now 4 is the frequency 7. For 5 it is 2, and for 6 it is 3. So this is the number of children, and how many times it is occurring. How many times 3 is occurring? 5 times. How many times 5 is occurring? 2 times. Now we have to write the tally marks. Easy. 4. We have to draw the lines. So 4, how we write 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. How do we write 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a slant line will be 5, 6, 7. Okay. Then we have 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Then we have this 5. I'm sorry, this is for 12. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then for 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. For 2, 1, 2, and for 3, 1, 2, 3. So this is how we prepare the frequency distribution table with the frequency and the tally marks. I think preparing a frequency distribution table is easy now, so you can do question number 9. Question number 9, if you see, it is saying you have to take a class interval of 10 to 15 time, like 5 to 10, 10 to 15, then 15 to 20, but then 15 not included. That means the upper limit is not included. Then question number 10, 11, 12, 13 can be done easily. Then let's see question number 14. In question number 14, construct the cumulative frequency. Let's see how do we calculate, or how do we write a column for cumulative frequency table from the frequency table given below. So in one column they have given class interval. Another column they are giving frequency. Okay. Now it is 0 to 6. The class interval is 0 to 6 and the frequency is 7. Then 6 to 12. The frequency is 11. Then 12 to 18. The frequency is 8. Then 18 to 24. The frequency is 14. And then 24 to 30. The frequency is 12. 7, 11, 8, 14 and 12. They are asking you to write the cumulative frequency. Please forgive me that I have not left the column for cumulative frequency. Let me prepare it once. So to prepare the cumulative frequency table, we will make one more column for cumulative frequency. I am writing it as CF. CF is cumulative frequency. Now please see how do we write cumulative frequency. The first entry in the frequency will be written as same, and then we will be adding diagonally 7 same, then we will be adding this 7 to 11 diagonally. So 7 plus 11 will be 18. Then 18 you add the entry diagonally. Now 18 plus 8 will be 26. Now 26 plus 14 will be 40. Then 40 plus 12 will be 52. Clear? So every time to prepare a cumulative frequency, first entry would be same, and then we start adding diagonally. So 7, and then 7 plus 11, 18, 18 plus 8, 26, 26 plus 14, 40, and then 40 plus 12, 52. Now next we have taken question number 15. This time they are asking you to construct a frequency table. Last time they are asking you to construct a cumulative frequency table. This time the cumulative frequency table is given. They are asking you to construct the frequency distribution. That means you have to calculate the frequency. When you are supposed to calculate cumulative frequency, you add diagonally. But here, when you are supposed to calculate frequency, the first entry is going to be same, and then you have to do nothing. Just subtract the number from its succeeding number. Like 8 is same. Now next entry would be 21 minus 8. 21 minus 8 will 30. Now 26 minus 21, 5. 33 minus 26, 7. 42 minus 33 will be 9, I guess. Okay. So we have to do nothing. Just first entry is same, and then we have to subtract the number from its you can say succeeding number. Like 8 we will subtract from 21, then 21 we will subtract from 26, and we will be writing the answer in front, and that will give you the frequency table. Now we see question number 16. Construct a frequency table from the following data. You see here it is given different type, like less than 10, less than 20. So this left hand side with where we are given with age, less than 10, so less than 20, less than 30, less than 40. So we will be writing it like 0 to 10, 10 to 20. We are taking 10, 10, the class size is 10. So 20 to 30, then 30 to 40. We have to go till 60. 40 to 50, and 50 to 60. Now let us write the number of students. By the way, here the number of students which is given is your cumulative frequency given. Here it is given cumulative frequency. Otherwise, wherever number is given, it is always the frequency. Since it is given in this form, that's why here we take it as cumulative frequency. So it is 6, 14, 30 given, then 52 given, 65 and 70. And now if it is cumulative frequency given, and we have to construct a frequency table. By the way, it is, if you smart enough, you can see that the number of students always we take at frequency, but here it is given cumulative frequency, and you can see here in question they are asking you to calculate the frequency table. Any case if given it is like less than 10, less than 20, less than this, so that means the given information is your cumulative frequency, not frequency. Okay, now to calculate the frequency, I hope you can do that. How to do? The first one will be same, and then we start subtracting. So 14 minus 6 will be your 8, 30 minus 14 will be 16, 52 minus 30 will be 22, 65 minus 52 will be 13, and then 70 minus 65 will be 5. So this is how we have prepared the frequency table. Now let's see the last question. Okay, to simplify question number 17, if you see, it is saying convert the following frequency distribution to exclusive form. This is given in inclusive form, we have to convert like 30 to 34, then it is starting from 35 to 39, it is discontinuous. So first we have to convert it into exclusive form in continuous form. And to convert, we have to calculate adjustment factor. So let's read what is adjustment factor and how can we calculate. Adjustment factor. To convert the exclusive form into inclusive form, we have to calculate adjustment factor, and the formula is lower limit of one class. You can write it of one class, any class you can take, lower limit of one class minus upper limit of previous class divided by 2. Please note down the formula, because I am going to rub it, and when I use, please keep it in your mind. How to calculate adjustment factor? We have to take lower limit of one class, lower limit, you can understand what is a lower limit, and then minus upper limit of the previous class divided by 2. This is how we will calculate the adjustment factor. And what we will do with that adjustment factor, we will see. So here I am going to write the given information. The information is class interval is given. Class interval. So here I have made the given table. If you see, it is discontinuous, 30 to 34, the frequency is 7, and then it is 35 to 39, 9. So first we have to calculate it in inclusive form, and for that we will be calculating the adjustment factor. How to calculate the adjustment factor? If you remember what formula we have learned just now, is the lower limit of one class, any class you can take. Let's say we are taking these two classes. Lower limit of one class minus the upper limit of the previous class. So lower limit of one class is 14 minus upper limit of the previous class. The previous class is this, and what is upper limit? 39 divided by 2. So 40 minus 39 will be 1 divided by 2. So it is coming 0.5. You can see, or you can check by taking any other class. Let me take, instead of these two classes, let me take these two classes. So the lower limit of one class, this class, that means 50 minus upper limit of the previous class. Previous class is this, and the upper limit is 49 divided by 2. Again it is coming 1 by 2, that means 0.5. Now the adjustment factor is coming 0.5. What to do with this adjustment factor? The adjustment factor, listen carefully, the adjustment factor should be subtracted from the lower class or lower limit and added to the upper limit. Got it? Should be subtracted from the lower limit and added to the upper limit. So let me do this here only. Should be subtracted. So it is 30. So when you subtract 0.5, it will give you 29.5. And it should be added to the upper limit. It was 34. When you add it will give you 34.5. Clear? Now again, this we will do the same thing we will do in all the classes. So it should be subtracted. When you subtract 0.5 from 35, it will give you 34.5. Added, that means 39.5. This will give you 39.5, and this is 44.5. This will become 44.5 and 49.5. This will be 49.5. Oh, sorry, 54.5, and then 54.5 and 59.5. It is clear? And if you see, it has become continuous also. See, ending at 34.5 and starting at from 34.5. So now it has become continuous. Now let us read our question. Okay. Use this table to find the true class limits of fourth class interval. True class limit. Fourth class interval. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is your fourth class interval. What are the true limits? 44.5 to 49.5. First part. Now second part. The class boundaries of the fifth class interval. This is your fourth. So the class boundaries are this, 49.5 to 54.5. Third one, the class mark of the third class interval. Third class interval is this. How to calculate the class mark? Class mark. It is the lower limit plus the upper limit divided by 2. Lower limit is 39.5 plus upper limit is 44.5 divided by 2. So this will be 40 plus 44. It will be 84 divided by 2. and then this will give you 42. So the class mark is coming 42. The class size of the sixth class interval, 1 2 3 4 5 6, this one. And to calculate the class size, how do we do that? This the upper limit minus the lower limit, 59.5 minus 54.5 will give you 5, and that will be your class size. I hope the exercise is easy for you all. You just have to keep all this little information in your head, that what is range, what is class size, what is class boundary. Boundary is means this, like if you are writing 5 to 10, so the boundary is 5 to 10. Then the lower limit, the upper limit and everything, the adjustment factor, the class marks, that's it. And once you have stored it in your mind, it would be easy to solve. And then we will meet in our next class with a new chapter. And since this chapter we have covered today only, so I hope that you are going to solve all the questions, practice all the examples given, so that you will learn it quickly. Okay, so we will meet in our next class.